Hey everybody, I'm attorney Mike Contant. A question I often get asked is, can the police search your car without permission? So it's important to understand that there are circumstances that the police will be allowed to search your car even when you don't consent. But they oftentimes won't tell you what those situations are, and you won't know just by what's going on. So it's very important that they ever ask for your consent or your permission to search your car, that you just say no. That's the first piece of advice I need to give is if they say, hey, can we search your car? You say politely decline, say no, I don't want you doing that. Now, some of the ways that they will be able to search your car, even if you do say no and when you say no, hopefully, are, and I'm going to go through a bunch of those right now. The first is if they actually have a search warrant to do it. That's a piece of paper usually. It's granted by the court, typically by a judge or a clerk magistrate, after the police have gone to court, filled out paperwork, including an affidavit setting forth enough facts to establish probable cause. Essentially, what probable cause is enough facts to let the magistrate have a substantial belief that there's going to be evidence of a crime found in your vehicle. So they have to have a lot of information. It's not just they have a hunch or they think they might find something there. Okay, the second way they can do it, and let me back up one second. It's very rare that police are actually going to get a warrant to search your car, especially if you just get pulled over at roadside, okay? The second way they can get into your car and search your car is if they have probable cause. In other words, they have that substantial information to believe you've committed a crime and the evidence of that crime will be found in the car. They don't always need a warrant as long as they can show later on to a judge that they had this probable cause, a substantial belief that you've committed a crime and evidence should be found in your car. Another way is if they're arresting you for something. In other words, they've already established enough to arrest you for some offense. It could be any arrestable offense. You could be drunk driving, it could be related to drugs or guns or anything else. It doesn't really matter what type of offense it is. But if they had valid reason to arrest you, they are allowed to search the passenger compartment of your car, any area that you could have put your hands on. They call it the lunge, reach, or grasp rule, also called the wingspan test. And they're allowed to, within that area, search anything, including bags or jackets or other things, okay? Another way that they may be able to search at least a portion of your car is if there is imminent fear for officer safety. In other words, you get pulled over for something, maybe it's just a traffic offense, but something you do or say leads the officer to believe that he may be in danger. You might be reaching for something. It might be that you look like you're hiding something, or he recognizes you and somehow he knows you have a bad record and you have weapons, things like that. In those circumstances, they may ask you to step out of the car. And in so doing, they maybe pat frisk you to see if you have any weapons and like that on you. And even if they don't arrest you, they are allowed to go into the passenger compartment of your car, the area that you could like a lunge, reach, or grasp to, and just check it to see if there's any weapons. That's one way. Another way they may be able to search your car. Theoretically, those are only supposed to be looking for weapons there, but if they find something else like drugs or some other type of contraband, they are allowed to use it because of that particular reason why they had you out of the car. Now, another reason when the police may be able to search your car without your permission is if they're going to tow it. So, typical example of this might be you were in an accident and your car's not drivable, so you have to tow it from the scene. Or you were being arrested for something else, like drunk driving or whatever, and there's no one to drive your car home. Or, again, your car could be broken down. There's some reason that they have to call a tow truck to take your car out of there. In those cases, it's not supposed to be a search for evidence, but simply what they call an inventory search. And that's just a search where they go through the car to make sure they're safeguarding any belongings and listing out everything that's in the car. That's actually meant to safeguard the police from claims by you later on that maybe they stole your wallet or stole something valuable that you had within your car. All right, so those are a number of the ways that the police can actually go through and search your car. Let's go through those quickly again. If they have a search warrant, if they have probable cause to believe that they'll find some evidence of a crime within the car, a search incident at the same time as a lawful arrest of you will allow them to get into the car. Okay, a search of the for the safety of the officer. If there's some reason the officer fears for his safety, they will be able to search for weapons within the car, even if you're ultimately allowed to leave. You're going to be patted down and you're going to be let go. if the safety of the officer allows it, they are allowed to get into the car and search that area to make sure that you're not going to retrieve a weapon when you get back in the car. And the last is they're going to tow the car, and they call it an inventory search, just to make sure they're taking into account all of your valuables so that you can't claim later on they stole something from you. So if you have any questions about when the police are allowed to search your car or your person or any of your privacy rights guaranteed under the Constitution, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to speak to you about it. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.